Hey guys, it's Brandon, aka B.Rich Beauty, aka your beauty best friend, and happy Monday, y'all! We're talking all things reality because you know who's in the house today? It's the Jeremy McShan. So you know what to do. Grab your beverage. Let go. Jeremy.
Brandon.
Happy days after the day of giving thanks. I decided I wasn't going to call it Thanksgiving this year because the colonizers called it Thanksgiving. I call it a day of thanks or a day of gratitude.
The day of gratitude giving. Happy gratitude
Yes.
giving. Yes.
How was your day of thanks?
It was very quiet, very chill. I was here catching up on rest. I'll end up going to the movies to see King Richard, which I thought was great, amazing. Please go see that. And yeah, so it was a good restful Thanksgiving. How was yours? You're in South Kakalaki.
I am. I'm still in Charleston. I may have gained some weight.
Hey, that's
Um,
everybody.
Jesus Christ, eating well. And Thanksgiving, because my birthday was on. Do I look a year older, Jeremy?
No, I was gonna say I thought you were reversing backwards. You look like a
Thank
year
you, friend.
younger. Wow.
Thank you, friend.
Yeah.
I celebrated my birthday like this week as well with like family and all the shenanigans and eating out and desserts upon desserts. So it was great. It was really great.
Listen, you gotta tell sis she gotta come to happy hour tonight so that to end your birthday.
I know I got to get my cousin out the house so we can go to happy hour. I need some more oysters before I leave Charleston, child.
Girl, let that house paint dry while you go get your drink.
I'm glad you had a good Thanksgiving though, Jeremy.
Nice, thank you.
Did you stay in the DMV?
I was here in DC, holding it down, on the lookout for the Potomac ladies. Didn't see none.
Did you catch the back of Nicki Minaj's wig as she was fleeing the Potomac?
No, was it a mess?
No, Nicki's hair actually looked really good. And I know we're going to talk about the Potomac, but let's start first in Huntsville, Alabama.
Oh, Alabama. Now,
can I apologize to you really quickly?
Okay, apologize.
I need to apologize to the Beauty Besties because last week I said there was no new episode, and lo and behold, there was a whole new episode last week. But I don't know what the networks did, but it got me because it did not register with my my recording device. It put the episode under season 2 and labeled it like episode 59. I was like, what? We're clearly in season 3, so it threw me off.
We got to go back to these older episodes when I was trying to let you know that my DVR was giving season 2 continuation on for episodes ever and ever because yes, and you almost had me missing out on a full on episode because
not too much, okay?
Okay, you're right. All right, yes, we don't want to mess up your credibility up in the house.
Not too much, Jeremy McShan.
Yes, but so the one thing about Love and Marriage Huntsville, which was so funny that it happened because I was watching it, and when Tiffany came to see Melody, my mind instantly went, "We never saw these freaking interns. What happened to them?" And then lo and behold, they're doing intern interviews. But I felt like they knew the season was about to end, so they were like, "We need to shoot a scene to wrap up this whole So it was really weird because they didn't even see the interviews. We saw Sis.
No.
Usher Board number 5 outfit, come shake Melody hand, and it was over and done.
Not Usher Board number 5. Here's the thing. I don't think I would want to see the interviews for the interns because they probably were boring. Second of all, this entire episode was wrapping up the season because everything looks so forced and staged, right? So, this was the episode that we finally get the chance to see Melody celebrate the premiere of her music video. And she does this big party where she wants to bring Miami to Huntsville. I don't know what part of Miami she's hanging out in because it did not look like a piece of Miami in Huntsville.
Was that what it was given?
It was given. That's not what it was given. It was given very much like full price at Party City for
Oh,
decorations, and
okay.
full price, not half,
I have.
not discounted, but she was giving me full price Party City, brought to Huntsville and through a production company, and it was just okay.
Okay.
Like,
Now, who I would be interesting to see a little bit more of next season, uh, I would be willing to trade Tiffany for Stormy because Stormy looks like she's a little interesting. Stormy's the who's the pregnant lady whose house they're at. She
yeah,
seems like fun, like I looked at her when they were taking photos. She gives you the pull hair moments and just real fun. And she's having a baby, so I'm sure there's a story to be explored there. Her property is amazing.
gorgeous.
Listen, so I need to know a little bit about Miss Stormy.
I mean, if I had to exchange Tiffany for Stormy, I would do it just because Stormy house doesn't give me claustrophobia when I look at her versus Tiffany's home.
Well,
Not that I'm saying we all don't have modest homes and modest beginnings, but I just expect a little bit more grandeur if they're going to be on a whole reality TV show. And we know most of them don't even own their homes; they rent them, but still, like, it's basic child. Like, they're giving me. I live in a neighborhood with no homeowners association fees.
listen, well, that's the neighborhood I need to move to because them homeowner association fees will get you
They
every.
be slapping. They be slapping.
I'm like, how about you? Wait a minute.
Right. Y'all come to clean my house for this much money every
Right.
month.
They're not doing nothing but maintaining the hedges for like $500 a month. Like I said, so why am I paying this much money? But Wanda J. Blige, we did get to strike. She struck one last time. And I would love to see a spinoff with just her and her family, her
No, I don't want to see it. No, God, no. I'm
boyfriend.
sorry. I want my last remaining brain
Family.
cell.
Oh my god, yeah, that would be too funny because she is stuck in the 90s. She gives me WAP realness with these hairdos that she continues to wear.
Ooh, back realness.
Yes, BAP, all of that.
I'm
Hey,
like,
listen,
what
girl, I was
realness? I don't
literally
want.
about to send out the people for you because sis, I'm like, it's 8 minutes late. She on a delay. And I didn't know if I was gonna make it through the show without you. So I'm glad
No,
you did.
spectator. Don't do her like that. No one to spin up. I agree because guess what? I don't want to see her WAP. I'm over her BAP, and it's and it's funny because
That's funny.
again they were trying to wrap it up. So Wanda, like, first of all, I thought it was real shady that they did a zoom in on Wanda's wobbly heels as Wanda stepped down on that brick and walked over to Miss Vanessa, and Miss Vanessa was like, "Do we have to have a conversation?" I mean,
She was like, right. So the one thing I don't get about this is they are arguing as if they are talking about children and not full grown adults. She was like, well, don't give my child no advice and I won't
no,
give yours. But I'm like, these are grown women, so it doesn't really matter because I can
no, it
get
does matter because
why.
what she's saying is stay out of my daughter's. No matter, think about it, Jeremy. No matter how old we get, our parents will treat us as if we're 10 years old all over again.
Mm-mm.
And that is exactly what these mothers are doing. Is they're treating their children like they're still kids, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's that protective spirit. But at the end of the day, like, want to stay in your lane because you messy. First of all, I'm surprised Mel even invited you to her party because she did not invite Martell, even though he still showed up.
I mean, she did not, right? And he showed up and he did give us a nice surprise because he was very calm, cool, collected,
His
and
outfit was nice though. He looked
that
real
was cute.
handsome.
I mean, he always gives you the looks, it's just, and once you get past that, that's when, the Satan comes in nice packages.
Not sick.
He
How
comes
nice
in
the
nice
package.
packages.
Sounds like you know from experience, Jeremy McShann.
I mean, I done been around these streets a time or two, so
Been around the block and I.
I can't find my baby.
But you can find a package, it sounds like.
We can call me Amazon because packages are left and
What can Brown do for you?
right. So, yeah, that was really interesting. Now, one thing Wanda was talking about as far as the relationship, she said, you need good sex, motivation, and communication. And, so she got, Wanda Tail Signs got some good advice for the people. Okay. If anybody can maintain successfully two men's, she can at least give us some advice to handle one.
Oh, but here's my thing. Like, you're giving out advice. One is unsolicited, and two, you're shady with your advice, Wanda. Like, who do you expect to listen to you?
Right. And she told Destiny, she said, don't get me, don't let her go on the trip with y'all. She's single. She gonna take
She's
your
single. Like,
man.
she got them the trip. So what's the issue here?
So
Hey,
was she really Vita? What's up? Hey, beauty bestie. I want to be a beauty bestie. Am I a beauty bestie?
you are one of my beauty
Oh,
besties.
wow. Yeah. So am I eligible for the gifts giveaway? So, no, I'm not.
This is the gift, Jeremy.
Okay, I'll take it. That's a great
Yeah.
gift. You know, awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, anyways, very good.
This episode was really so. Here's the thing, because this was supposed to be the culmination for me. This is the season finale. We got Mel in this video premiere. Everybody's wearing their finest white outfits. Melody is walking a puppy. Honey, I Shrunk the Dog. I don't know what happened here, but it was
And
still very lackluster for a season finale.
why was she waiting in the room? Was she waiting on more people to come? And she was
That's the
mad at
thing.
the party planners.
You sit in the room upset that you're starting an hour and 15 minutes late, sis, but you're sitting on the bed and your mom is trying to have you dance with her. Like, what is happening here?
I didn't understand that either. Oh, was that a calming technique or something? She was like, "Bitch," she was like, "I don't want to dance. I just want, I don't like it." Melody, it just gives me too. It's starting to give me too much of this extraness, too much of the makeup, just too much, just overall in general.
What I can't get past is there's a difference between wearing silver and wearing white. Those two aren't the same.
No,
And from a fashion standpoint, a lot of people was wearing silver, child.
it was, but I feel like it's acceptable at the white party. No silver. What y'all think? Can you wear silver to a white party? I feel like it's in the family. It's
It's
the
not a
family.
silver party, but okay. Let me look at my notes. All right, so let's move on. Here's the thing. I'm excited for the reunion.
Now the reunion is gonna get it popping. Mr.
Because
Carlos King.
Carlos is about to give Andy Cohen a run for his money on Bravo.
Sure.
Carlos is about to ask the question that Andy and Bravo be pussyfooting around on. And I'm here for all the real questions. So listen, y'all show up next week for us to get into part one of this reunion because it's gonna be messy.
Oh, sorry, we said no silver at the white party. So
Why did Mel? Not only did Mel and Destiny have the phony fight, thank y'all.
oh,
It was phony. It was staged. It was you got a village. I don't have a village. I'm trying to be your village. I don't need you to be like. It was just the worst in terms of wrapping up storylines.
Mhm.
Do you think Destiny's going to be invited back? I was going to say she doesn't have a peach or anything. You think Destiny's going to be invited back to Huntsville next year as a full-time cast member?
I would think so. I think Destiny has a lot to offer. She's fun to watch, even though Melody tried to shade her, saying that the kid said she was boring, which is inappropriate, and I agree with her as well.
Why do you allow children to talk about an adult? I agree.
And it's great to see her. She is a very successful entrepreneur in a field that, surprisingly, Black hair, not a lot of Black people, especially Black women, really have stake in that industry. So that's great. And she's fun to watch. She's pretty, she's single. We can see dating lives from her. I like when she comes around. I'm here for Destiny.
So do we want Tiffany and Louis back next year?
I can do without them. And like I said, we can pull in Miss Stormy or just go on and bring in Ariane, which will never happen.
Oh, bitch, you messy.
I mean, at this point, she an invisible cast member, Martell's,
messy.
like mom, but Melody would never let that happen.
So here's the thing. I think I was listening to something earlier. If Love and Marriage Huntsville was to take that same type of format to Atlanta, do you think Nene Leakes would be good on that franchise?
See, I want them to take it to another smaller city. We've Atlantaed out. We got Love and Hip Hop, Housewives, Married to Marriage. Everything is in Atlanta, ready to love. All of this stuff is in Atlanta. Let's just go to and explore other places, right?
Nobody wants Love and Marriage, Idaho.
But then nobody think they wanted Love and Marriage Huntsville either until it came, And the Bell Collective, though, it was a little sleepy. It was interesting to see just a new environment. I think that's why Salt Lake City worked so well, because we're learning about Mormons. We're learning about something, Family Karma, which is my show, is great because we're learning about different
Oh, watch for
environments and cultures. We
okay.
landed out.
Okay, just asking questions for all y'all out there. I like to ask the questions that everybody has on their mind. Now
Right.
let's pop over to your backyard because it is Potomac and Nicki Minaj held down this hour.
Andiana Minaj, that's what she called herself. Andiana.
Andiana Minaj. So, two questions. Do you
Okay.
think Nicki did a good job? One.
Okay.
And two, who do you think Nicki came the hardest for?
Okay. So, first of all, I do think that she did an okay job, but I think watching this let me know how good Andy is with his job, right? Because one thing about it is when Andy's talking, there's order. Like, this was literally a bunch of girlfriends talking, everybody talking over each other, people talking at the same time. And so for me, it was cool because she asked questions that we wanted to know, whether it had to do with the season or not. Because a lot of questions she had were just general about you questions. Like, I want to know about you. So it was really cool that you don't really get a chance to talk about. I think she came to me, it felt like she came the hardest for Giselle and Robin.
I feel like she was going after Candace, which I could understand Chris upset and frustrated with her line of questioning because she called her out on the amount of streams versus downloads. And here's the thing, Nicki is in the music industry, so you can't BS Nicki Minaj on your music career, right? She called her out on the fact that she utilized auto-tune on her music. She asked her to sing live and like all of these things. And then what got me, and I was like, ooh, Nicki is a good one. Nicki says, if I was an executive at a record label, and she goes, I own one.
Right.
What would be your selling point? Like, what would make me want to sign you? And then it was like, okay, sing.
But see, I didn't take that as her coming for her. So one thing I was really proud about Candace, because Nikki really wanted to shade her about the charts. And when she realized she was on the
Absolutely.
Billboard charts and that she was kind of high up there, and to do this all really self-promoting is really, really well, I think. I do think those were really great questions that she asked. She's like, hey, that's what I would want to know as a consumer too. What is Candace? Who is Candace? Why am I supporting Candace? What am I buying into? And yes, sing. If you claim to be a singer, plus she sing every 5 seconds on the show. Like, she walk in a room singing, sis, sing your song, which she eventually did, and did a decent job.
Emphasis on decent.
I mean, hey, it is what it is. That's why she have the auto tune to make it sound amazing.
But
And
she did. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, beloved.
I felt like she stood her own against Nikki. But I will say this: for Robin and Giselle, I feel like she gave Giselle a little bit of a pass. She already called her pretty, said that you could rely on her pretty. But the question for me that I thought was really defining was, if you had $100 million before you met your husband, would you all have married your husbands? Some of them were a little delayed in the response, which tells me, and the Potomac franchise is kind of new to me. I didn't realize Ashley Darby was a bartender when she met Michael. It
Yeah.
explains so much.
Of course, it's the Erica Jane, it's the Mia, it's the whole concept of, I'm getting upgraded, like literally.
Yes.
It was a very great stark contrast in the answer that Ashley gave than Karen gave, right? Ashley was very hesitant on it. She was like, well, if I was 100 million, I wouldn't be in a bar. She really like tiptoed around the answer, which tells us the answer. Karen, when time County Karen, she was like 110% absolutely. This man is the fiber of who I am now as a person. Like, I cannot live without this man. Like, that was the kind of answer you're like, well,
She
yes.
said, and I made that note. She says, Ray moved my soul.
Right? That's amazing.
Moved her soul.
Can you imagine
That's some love right there.
Can you imagine somebody saying that about you? Like, you moved my soul. Like, how amazing would that be? So that's great.
Agreed. Now, what?
No, I'm listening. I'm just mocking you.
Now, with that also
I feel like
being,
a rapper today too with this chain on.
am I giving you a little like cool modi, little Run DMC? Like, what am I giving you here?
Trade today. Yes. Come on, Trey. You're the trade of the seat of the episode. You're the
I hate you.
love it, y'all.
I will absolutely agree. I think that Nikki asked the questions and made it feel like girlfriends talking.
For sure.
It was not necessarily specific to like things that happen within the season, but just in general. Like it really was like I get a chance to interview some people who I love. I want to know about them type of thing.
Yeah.
Do I think she did a good job? Decent.
Decent.
But did you see this whole tweet situation that's been going on between Nikki and Wendy
And
Giselle?
I saw that about the cars. And so I didn't really, I mean, I thought it was a little weird that she did look at it and they showed it a little bit. And like, like, why was she looking at the cars? I mean, obviously Nikki was there. Like, even though her questioning was hard questions, you could tell it was all in fun for her, right? Like, I was gonna ask y'all some of these questions. Some of these questions may hit hard, but at the end of the day, it's all in good fun. I'm not really genuinely meaning any harm by these questions. So I don't understand why she did that, But one of the questions that I was like, dang, when she asked Giselle about did she think her looks were fading? And I was just like, whoa. And they showed the side by side, but she definitely looks very, very different. Even from like
so did Karen.
What?
So did Karen.
But a different way Karen looks very different because of surgical wear, right? She's gone and upgraded her looks and her fillers, injectors. Some of us know a little bit about that. And
Whoa. Flag on the play. Flag
what?
on the play.
What
What you're not about to do is try to throw shade at me and
No.
with the school bus and keep on moving. I admit to what I get done.
No, I promise you.
That felt very personal.
No, not at all. Never would I shade my co-host.
Jeremy, you said some of us know more about that than others, and then kept it moving. That was a direct shade.
Oh my gosh. Let me heavily.
I'm just playing. Listen, y'all, when y'all watch this back, y'all will see that he shaded the hell out of me just now. But thankfully, I have thick skin and I don't get easily offended. Now, continue on with your conversation and your comment, Jesus Facts.
Okay. But anyway, so like Giselle's looks are a result of, which I don't think is a bad thing, of just natural progression of aging. She's still a very beautiful woman. For somebody that's 50 to look like that at 50 and with probably very minimum like work to it, if anything at all. I mean, kudos to you. You know what I'm saying? Like the everyday woman, if that was Giselle walking down the street, she'd be a bad B like she is already. But I think when you're on a TV, we kind of expect certain things. But I kind of like the fact that she's just a normal, average woman, because we don't have so many people try to subscribe to these looks of what's on TV. And like, hey, it's nice to see these images of what natural it is. So when you're like looking like that, you're like, listen, this is normal. This is every day.
Karen looks amazing now.
It does look amazing now.
And Giselle has aged, and I will say this, like we all do. She's aged
significantly fast, very fast. She's giving me the Whitley Gilbert.
I think it might be, not the Jasmine Guy. I think it might be a little bit of the combination of like light skin privilege. You know how that light skin privilege goes both ways, y'all. Y'all know that, right? Light skin privilege gets you like a little bit of color privilege, like Jeremy Rashan over there, because he light skin.
Yes, listen.
But baby,
I'm only 20 looking like this.
Right. But when life starts catching up with you,
we love it.
That light skin privilege starts wearing off, honey.
All the way down. But listen, and when it starts, I'm gonna hit you up so I can catch up. And
here we go again.
What?
Why are you hitting me up?
Because I need some advice. You just said, listen, you just said that you were very open about your stuff. So I want to come to my beauty bestie to know where can I go so I can look like my beauty bestie. I'm trying to
Okay.
look like Karen
No,
Huger.
don't look like me. Look like you, but look like your best version of you. Don't
Amen.
come over here to look like me.
Amen. 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 And amen. So that's all.
Let's go over to Atlanta.
It's
And I
all
did see the fact that she did ask Giselle and Robin if they were hooking up. A part of my soul really wanted them to be like, and if we, and if we are, what? And on top of that, do we really quickly, Jeremy? Do we think Juan likes the attention he gets from Michael?
One don't care about nothing that happens on this TV show. I can let he. I mean, I think this is Robin's thing. It's bringing an income to their house. He pops in just every now and then to do the very bare minimum he can so that Robin can keep her job. But I don't think he cares about anything that happens on this TV show. Like, to him, I think it's probably funny that Michael's interaction, and I think I don't think he thinks it's that serious. And even if he does, he knows that he's not gonna act on it. So I mean, he's cool with it. So yeah.
Okay, let's move
Now,
over to.
before we move on, I did want to say two things. She says
No
one
one
didn't
don't even care about Robin. Let me
now
tell you
that
something.
listen.
The shade.
Right. The one thing I thought Giselle was a really good trooper. She's always a really good trooper because they read her for filth all the time, but she still shows up. She answers the question. She shows up with grace, and for that, I gotta applaud my sets there with my auntie there. And so, also, who I think if another celebrity were to do something similar to this, who I would love to see would be Rihanna, because Rihanna is another like huge reality housewives fan, and it'll be so good to see her ask these questions.
I just hope we don't get to a place where we have to rely on celebrities to ensure these ratings for these reunions. Because here's the thing: this reunion can technically have been over and done in 3 parts. This 4 part was real stretching it, honey. It's like adding water to the soap dispenser when it's out and shaking it. It gets really watery, So we
It
don't
was
rely on that.
it was fun. It was something different. I liked it.
It shook it up, but you got to be careful when things like this happens as one-offs, not to just start relying on the one-offs to become normal. So, all right, let's move over to Georgia. Porsha Family Matters. Oh, I see what you did there.
All right.
It's
Yeah.
a position this day and age.
Oh, I can tell you've been with your mom. You got them notes in you today.
Why are you coming for me today?
Yes, I love it. Go on, finish. Come on, give us another
Nope,
one.
I'm done. And I haven't even seen Mommy Mel, but I'm good.
Okay. Well, listen. Okay, you over there. Anyways, I don't know about this show, y'all. I don't know if I can. Thank you, Innocent. She even said the same thing. Everybody's been saying this. I can't get with this show. It seems fake. It seems forced. It seems like ingenuine. It seems like all lies that you're trying to gaslight me to believe some story that ain't true.
Listen, she would have done better just going to confession with a whole like priest and just laying all of her sins out to the priest and laying it down at the foot of the cross, child. Because what I'm not buying is this either. And I want to love this, and maybe we'll see more as it heats up. But already just seeing Lundy and Lauren having to go into double time and work to curate this story, and Lauren is talking to the baby daddy,
Which was
Simon.
weird too, because it gave me like sexual energy during their conversations too. I was like, now, Laura end up dating this man, I'm gonna be done. Now,
Yes, mother.
Porsha is about King new husband, right? Yes, this is coming to America, part of 3, the reality version. But the thing about it also is Porsha to me is very funny, fun, like girl. And I would have maybe her show should have been about her just being her with her own group of friends. And I think that, I think that to me would have been better, because this is just, it's not doing it for me. It's painting her in a very bad light.
So I think they did it because they wanted to root her in family, where that's supposed to be her quote unquote support system, as they curate and carve out the story. But I just feel like they are writing this story so hard that it does, to your point, does not feel believable because every single thing feels forced, from the timelines and the repetition of the timelines to how they met and the DM asked, for support, and then it turned into something else, and now they're looking to buy homes together. They have these vacate. He wasn't supposed to release the photos yet with the birthday. It just all felt forced. And I
100%.
know, did Mama Diane get a BBL?
Listen, she already has a minute on her shows, and the last minute off that, she goes and gets maintained, okay, and she be looking good.
I didn't realize she was giving me body yada 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 yada.
Mama was giving it to you. Now, why can't Dennis bring a date?
Why can't Dennis bring her date? I had the same question.
Yeah, that was really weird, and she was very adamant about that. And he, like he said, she still loves me, which I'm like, she probably does. But listen, she saw you. Is it love or a mansion? I'd rather cry in a mansion. Okay,
Listen, let me tell you something. That he may got a hot dog, honey, but that hot dog ain't as long in terms of money as
listen,
Simon Gobadia.
you can't take a hot dog to the bank.
His
So
hot dog might be a little bit shorter than Simon's financial, because this is a family show we're talking about.
it is right. Now, one thing that I thought was very, very weird about them meeting was she saying that she reached out to him via DM to say, I'm sorry for your divorce. And then I guess he came back and they started the flirtation there. But what, she don't even know him. Like even though they're not friends, she was introduced to him through a coworker, as you want to refer to them. So if she needs to be messaging anybody, she should have been messaging the coworker.
Thank you.
That already was shady there.
Why didn't you message Fallon? Because you were supposed to be Fallon's friend. Fallon was your co-star and your coworker. Why didn't you message Fallon and say, sis, do you need anything? I've been through a divorce. Prayers up for you. Why are you messaging the man who you gave a fist bump to when you first came over to the house? That did not seem right to me either.
No. And then when you start to realize that Simon is really good friend with Shamia's husband, and then you start to see all of these links.
That African network.
It is. And like, they probably did, know they get divorced. Shamia, like, girl, he free, you better get on it. And that's when she messaged that, we play these games, if we want to talk to somebody. But so that was weird to me. Also, the fact that what Simon wants to say that he would not hang out with Dennis had it not been for Porsha. This is the intro to Simon's new show, 6 Wives and It's Okay.
This is his fourth marriage.
And yeah, go ahead. But
you see that Twitter thing where it's like such and such, and they do all the red flags? Is a fourth marriage a red flag? Because Simon is giving me very much the African male version of Elizabeth Taylor here, right? And or Erica Kane from All My Children with all the husbands. Is this a red flag here? I know that might be too old for you, Jeremy, but I'm just saying.
I mean, I didn't watch the stories, but I know the character's name. So
are those red flags?
Oh yeah, for sure. 100% red flags all day. And yeah, what were you going to say?
So is she walking into the lioness den or the lion's den by, being engaged with him?
I mean, she is, but it's a win-win situation for her at the end of the day because, listen, if it works out, she's just been upgraded financially, all of this. If it doesn't work out, she still has a platform to come back to and to share her side of the story of what really went down.
Do you think if it doesn't work out, she would come back to Housewives of Atlanta?
Yeah, in a heartbeat, of course, for sure. The other thing that I thought was interesting was when Simon was trying to say he wouldn't hang out or talk to Dennis had it not been for Porsha. But on Housewives, Porsha said she knew Fallon because Dennis and Simon were friends.
Friends, right?
So
again, the ish don't make sense.
Yeah. Oh, he's a king in Africa. I missed that part. I'm gonna have to do my research now. Is Simon a king in Africa?
So Jeremy McShann, You need to come back next week with this information. Y'all see, he already working over there. Inspector Jeremy's already working. He put us on mute, y'all, because he said,
Okay, I want y'all clicking. Y'all got me last time on my clicking.
Listen, you got to let us know this next week. I'm not going to work out because Bravo and Simon are paying Porsha. It's not going to work out because Bravo and Simon. Yeah, something doesn't feel right here. So something's going to happen. It's going to be some kind of drama. And to your point, I think she will come back to Atlanta as a recovery and give us all the tea. But in the meantime, Jeremy, what's your overall rating of this show? And Beauty Bastards, I want to know what on a scale of A through F, what's your rating for this show? Episode 1.
F minus.
Pretty
F
good,
minus.
Jeremy.
No, this is horrible. This is horrible. Like, it's so. I don't think I've seen a show more like staged in a way where you're trying to cover up lies.
Okay, I give it a C. A C. I would give it a C minus, a little bit below average, with hopes that as the season unfolds, I wonder if this is going to be like a 9 or 10 episode or 8, 9 or 10 episode season. But as this begins to unfold, it gets better. Because right now, this out the gate was tough to swallow and watch. And I will tell you, if I had to just say, would I watch this anymore based off of the first episode? I don't think I would, because Simon's not interesting to me at all. I'm only watching because of Porsha, and it just seems very forced. And because of that, that's why I'm giving it a C right now.
So
And it says I'll give it a C. Maybe it's because it's forced. And it is.
it's
So we'll
forced.
see if it becomes less forced as it continues to go along. But I feel like they had to try to frame the narrative in the beginning, which is the reason why they was shoving the shit down our throat.
I don't know. Do y'all want us to keep watching the show and talking about it? Y'all let us know, because that's gonna be the determiner for me. Because I'll watch it if y'all want us to watch it and talk about it, but I'm kind of good on it. Or I may just be listening to Brandon tell me about it on
Oh,
Monday
wait a minute now.
and asking questions about it, because I don't know.
So why don't we do this? We're going to watch next Sunday's episode, and we'll reconvene and discuss if it's gotten better. Don't get stuck like that, okay? Stuck like Chuck. You know what they say? When it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck.
It's stuck.
So get rid of all the different people. They're not relevant. I agree, but they're trying to build out and round out a cast.
Then I'm confused because they like someone.
I know.
On the father's side, on the mother's side, family friend, the old assistant. Why is he even there? Then the new assistant, Lauren. She looks a little strange to me this season.
Lauren always looks that way.
You know, she always looked really pretty. She looked like like the understudy of Porsha, like, but she looked a little strange to me.
Porsha is the fat. Never mind.
Woo!
I was gonna say something. Porsha is like Lauren is like the understudy. Indeed, and her skin looked like it was getting better at some point, and now her skin doesn't look as great anymore. And Lauren always looks like she just needs a good scrubbing and a good glam team to just sit her down and polish her up, like that scene in The Wizard of Oz when it's stuff, prim, da, da, da. It's
right. But she's like a fun girl. Like, if I just were to hang out with her on one-on-one. Speaking of fun girls, my girl Drew Sidora showed up to the party, Porsha's 40th birthday party. I love me some Drew Sidora, y'all. Now, that is somebody who I would love to just hang out with one day. We just go grab some food, have a drink, and sit and just laugh about life.
I forgot about that. Listen, Drew, you know how I feel about Drew.
Oh, I love me some Drew Sidora now.
I know. You love that toxic husband of hers.
Him and Martell are cut from the same cloth.
Let's say.
Oh, like this, I definitely not. I'm over these fine men with these crazy problems that they need to get addressed. They need to go. Dr. Francis, ride on down to Atlanta, see Ralph while you at it.
Listen, Dr. Francis is everybody's therapist at this point. And on that note, guys, we got to go. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight on this Monday. We can't wait to see you next week for more reality. And to Jeremy's point, let us know if you want us to continue talking about Porsha Family Matters, child. Whew. You know what to do. Subscribe to the channel if you like this video if you like, and leave us a comment. Most importantly, check the notifications and make sure they are what? Turned on, Jeremy.
You wanted me to say that? Okay, I was waiting on the people. I realized I can't hear the people. Can we cheers glasses? Does that work? Let's see. See if you can do it.
Oh my God.
Let's try.
Wait.
By the way, there we
go.
I do. Ready?
I do. See you later, guys. Cheers, Jeremy.
Oh, don't take it out the frame. Hold on. Let's practice. 1, 2, 3. Clink.
Clink.
Oh, we're gonna
pull out.
We're gonna listen, but it's going out of the frame. We're gonna practice this next week.
Wait. I'm right here.
Ready?
Clink.
Yes.
Bye, guys.